Food is more than just sustenance. It tells stories, carries histories, and connects people across continents. For me, chicken, seemingly humble and universal, held a world of mystery. I wanted to uncover its potential to taste the most delicious versions ever created. What followed was an adventure that changed how I understood culture, community, and cuisine. It was a cold evening in Seoul when the intoxicating aroma of frying chicken drew me to a small, vibrant stall. Bright neon lights reflected off stainless steel counters where the cook expertly handled his craft. Watching him, I learned that Korean fried chicken is not just fried, it's an event. Each piece is carefully seasoned, coated, and fried twice to create an impossibly thin, crispy crust. When my plate arrived, I hesitated for a moment, marveling at the glossy glaze coating the golden chicken. The first bite was transformative. The crunch gave way to tender, juicy meat, and the sweet, spicy sauce lingered on my tongue. As I ate, the stall owner shared how this dish emerged after the Korean War, inspired by American fried chicken, but perfected with Korean ingenuity. My journey continued to India, where I found myself in the bustling streets of Old Delhi. A local guide took me to a family-run dhaba that he claimed served the best butter chicken in the city. The kitchen was a whirlwind of activity. Cooks grilling chicken over hot coals, pots bubbling with fragrant curries, and a constant rhythm of naan being slapped onto the sides of a tandoor. When the butter chicken arrived, its aroma alone made my mouth water. The tender chicken was bathed in a rich, velvety tomato-based sauce infused with butter, cream, and spices. This dish was born here, the chef proudly explained, created to make use of leftover tandoori chicken. With each bite, I could taste not just the spices, but the centuries of culinary tradition behind them. From Delhi, I traveled to Singapore, where I encountered the famous Hainanese chicken rice. Unlike the bold flavors of butter chicken, this dish was a masterclass in subtlety. The chicken, poached to perfection, was tender and juicy, while the rice, cooked in aromatic chicken broth, was rich and fragrant. I sat with a local family who prepared the dish as part of a celebration. They explained how the sauces, a fiery chili sauce, a ginger garlic paste, and a dark soy glaze, elevated the dish from simple to extraordinary. As I took a bite, the flavors danced on my palate, a perfect balance of texture and taste. This is comfort food, they said, and I couldn't agree more. The Philippines introduced me to adobo, a dish as rich in history as it is in flavor. I joined a family in a small coastal village where they prepared chicken adobo the traditional way, marinating it in soy sauce, vinegar, garlic, and black pepper before simmering it until tender. As the chicken cooked, the kitchen filled with a tangy, savory aroma that made my stomach rumble. When I finally tasted it, the blend of salty, sour, and umami was nothing short of magical. Adobo is our story, my host explained. It's simple, adaptable, and always ours. Their pride resonated with me, making the dish even more memorable. London offered a curious blend of cultures, and I was eager to try chicken tikka masala, a dish often hailed as Britain's national curry. In a small Indian restaurant near Brick Lane, I watched as the chef grilled marinated chicken skewers, their smoky aroma filling the air. These were then simmered in a creamy, orange-hued curry sauce. The result was a dish that combined the best of both worlds, the bold spices of India and the rich creaminess that British palates adore. Over dinner, the debate over its origins came up again. Was it Indian, British, perhaps both? Regardless, it was delicious, a testament to how food evolves with migration and cultural exchange. In Mozambique, I discovered the fiery charm of peri-peri chicken. I followed the scent of grilling meat to a lively market where vendors brushed chicken with a marinade of chili, garlic, lemon, and paprika before roasting it over an open flame. The first bite was a sensory explosion. Spicy, tangy, and smoky. A vendor explained how the dish's origins were tied to Portuguese colonists who introduced chilies from the Americas. "This is a dish of resilience," he said. "A mix of influences, but it's ours now." On a sun-soaked beach in Jamaica, I experienced jerk chicken. The process was mesmerizing. Chicken marinated in a fiery blend of allspice, Scotch bonnet peppers and herbs, then slow cooked over pimento wood. The result was a smoky, spicy masterpiece. As I ate, a local shared the history of jerk seasoning, tracing it back to the Maroons, enslaved Africans who escaped to the mountains and preserved their culinary traditions. Jerk is freedom, he said, and I felt the weight of his words with every flavorful bite. Naples brought me to chicken parmigiana, a dish of breaded chicken cutlets layered with marinara sauce and melted cheese. Sitting in a cozy trattoria, I learned how this dish had traveled to Australia, where it became a pub staple. Each bite was hearty and comforting, a fusion of Italian tradition and global appeal. In Beijing, I discovered Peking roasted chicken. Often overshadowed by its duck counterpart, this dish featured crispy lacquered skin and juicy meat. The chef showed me how the chicken was air-dried and roasted, a meticulous process perfected over centuries. It was a revelation, simple yet extraordinary. My final stop was Senegal, where poulet yassa welcomed me with open arms. I joined a family in their home as they prepared the dish, marinating chicken in lemon juice and mustard before slow cooking it with caramelized onions. The flavors were vibrant, tangy, and deeply satisfying. "This is a dish for sharing," my host said, serving it with rice as we gathered around the table. "It brings people together." In that moment, I realized food's true power to connect and unify. As I returned home, I carried more than just recipes. I carried stories, friendships, and a deeper appreciation for the diversity of human creativity. Each dish, from the fiery jerk of Jamaica to the creamy comfort of butter chicken, reminded me that food is not just about taste, it's about history, identity, and love. This journey taught me one thing: the pursuit of flavor is endless, but the memories it creates are eternal.